Today is March 30th, 2023. Harassment was going on yesterday. These people are so advanced. I can say stuff. Well, my phone's tapped for one thing on the case, and they see it's like video recording, and they hacked it. It's called wiretapping. And I sit in my client's home, and I started giving statement after statement because he was resting. Sat in the back room, real softly. Go out, everybody's gone. When you realize what they've been supporting, it's not money. None of it is. I Googled the difference between the gang's name that they left and a really bad gang from like the 70s and 80s. That's nationwide now. There's no difference. It's like it's the same fridge. Because Google should have said the difference is data. It didn't. There's no separate. Yeah. They're both nationwide, both into murder, human trafficking, drug trading, sex trafficking, let's see, wiretapping. It's like they're the techie part. Everything that happened to me, that gang does. And so does the other. And they're located in the same place. And they're both nationwide. Like they said of Bob Evans on Sunday, after my other client had we went to Trinity Gospel, we went to Bob Evans on West Tusk. People in there said, well, it has a lot of explaining to do. Do you realize we let go it away? You know, these people are so stupid. They act like they broke in my home, kicked in my door, into the wall, vandalized my property, set up button cameras, stalking me and my husband at the time. Okay? That would be okay. That there's not charges for breaking and entering, vandalizing property, and stalking. That they could admit they photoshopped a shower scene in the other room. Do you realize they have kitty porn of my grandkids using the bathrooms? And my sons and my daughters. And they sold videos of everything, including their photoshopping. And be stupid enough to say they put a shower scene in the other room. It can't even be looked at. And I had giant bruises everywhere, throwing up, almost passing out in front of people. And I didn't know what was wrong with me, and the roofie me. Or you're sleepwalking. And that's not attempted murder, drugs, and kidnapping. An attempted murder? That there's no charges for that? They had a copy of my phone? That gang's into wiretapping. That is what wiretapping is. Getting a copy of somebody's cell phone. It's a federal crime. All this is. Like they wouldn't get in trouble. Oh, and like they could use it against me. See, they don't bother to tell you that they have the phone call between me and Terry where I didn't hang up and I thought I was getting Dave's girlfriend. Instead, I got Keith Bishop Strange, and Ron was taking up $25,000 to have me murdered and hire 2 men to kill me because Ron wanted me dead because I got the year his kid died. Had nothing to do with the death. But Strange lied to everybody. Oh, God. 20 years ago that I was faking I was sick and faking I got well. He was grieving, and he's even playing you. His daughter's an RN nurse. Fibromyalgia goes into spontaneous remission 80% of the time. 80 out of 100, they'll just leave. I had to work for 9 months for mine to go away. And the swelling was a medication error, like a nurse said. It was probably the ibuprofen, the high doses. I swell up like a balloon. But they had me on like 10, 15 minutes, and if I went to that other doctor, just put me on pain medicine and got me out moving, I probably would have died because everything was starting to stop functioning because I was swelling so bad. I had nothing to do with nothing. His father-in-law ran a stop sign, and a semi hit him. We were all at home. They used it for Dave to be able to go to church by himself, and he could have a church girlfriend. It was just a stunt for him to cheat. They were all in on it. Get his family out, and he could decide what he wanted. But like they could actually use this against me. They're so stupid. There's life in federal. You know, people were even talking around me on Sunday. They're going to ask our kids their involvement of these people disappearing. They're human trafficking people out of here. People are dying. People are missing. And they're laughing in people's faces how they killed their family members. I bet they did. That they tied them up and cut them into pieces. It's morbid. And I told you, I think they're human trafficking organs. Because you got to listen to what they say, because they're going to put two clips together, put her in a porn, it's not her, it's them. And then they describe a shower scene. They're serial killers. Well, they have a doctor watching her. Why would you have a doctor watching me? Okay? She's 5'3", she weighs this much, she has no bad habit. You're going to kill me. Why would you care if I had a bad habit? Why would you cut somebody into pieces? Put it together. What are they doing? It's not hard. Took me a while. Too upset over everything. Black market organs is millions of dollars. But these people are so stupid. They think that they can just break in somebody's home and stalk them. Fourth Amendment, you have a right to privacy. Like Officer Reinhardt in Louisville. Not even the FBI could be in your home outside to protect a light case. They go to jail. You don't realize how legal it is. It is. It's a legal search and seizure. It's 2 to 20 years. They can never look or listen to it. He even said that. Portage County Sheriff's. It wasn't any of us. We didn't have any knowledge. Went to the Ravenna police. They had no knowledge of anybody being in my home outside to protect a light case. None of that's funny. Yeah, it's not. They said that weird Steve that was in it, that where I had bruises everywhere, that he was breaking in and raping me under drugs. He's a serial rapist. Where is that funny? They also have Dave stating between September 3rd and 6th that him and Jack had this plan since March, so I wouldn't give up everything willingly. Huh? They also have his girlfriend's rich and powerful, her family owns the police, I wouldn't be able to stand. Him holding me down for 30 minutes, you can tell he's very much awake, how he hired 2 men to kill me. One to slit me in the throat, stab me in the heart, shoot me for ran. I almost got shot within 45 days of the case starting. That was horrifying. Look over and a guy's pulling up in a red van, lifting up a gun, pulling the trigger back, slamming, tucking, swerving. He's swerving into my car trying to push me off the highway. And it was horrifying. We were doing 60. I almost died that day. They were talking in Walmart. She almost got shot in the head driving. And I didn't get pulled. The guy running it said you have to leave her in high danger. Failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. You can't tell anybody that. They have ran the biggest scam. And that agent being wrapped up in it. He's got like they said, he's got a lot of explaining to do. And these people are so stupid. They act like they can get you in trouble for their crimes. I was watching this one cop show. This one serial killer was watching 10 to 12 families with button cameras. They didn't know it. I'm sure they're watching a lot more people. And they don't know it. Because they're as tiny as the end of a pen. I don't know. Just have to place it somewhere. That's how not funny this is. And people need to learn to be scared of people that will human traffic, rape, torture, cut you into pieces, sex traffic you, and grab you just to kill you. And I think they're selling the login for the teenagers to show up so they can pick out which ones they want. Because the girl at the catnip ATM was one of the ones following me. They grabbed her. She's not half bad. We all know she's innocent. I'd like her to interview to be my stepmom. And they're all joking, we'll take care of her. They'll have to go through us. Like they were big. We'll shop with her. Oh my God. Lisa's a whole girl. A teenage girl's the sweetest thing. Mommy several times. And they took her to the ATM. She's been gone for 2 years. Asian lady and her kids, where they said they killed her husband. They probably did. She disappeared last year. Her and her kid. She was around me for 3 years, hoping I could get help. She disappeared because she needs help for her family. I told a Canton police officer I was trying to get her help. He said, it's nice of you, but it's not your place. My house manager, Melissa, they took her niece in daylight. They tried to grab my district manager at my one job. She got away from him. If you go from Cleveland down, endless amount of people are missing. The one guy I went out to eat with, he said where that agent actually opened up a protected custody case they're working at, trying to grab these people. There's actually people doing their jobs. And they knew about the Texas group, and I said the Kingsmen. He's like, yeah, is that what they call themselves? There's a Texas judge involved, went down to question him. He killed himself. There's another judge in another state involved in this too, big human trafficking thing. Running this big scam with that agent. He sold the log in by Thanksgiving of 18 for $25 a pop. They talked about it. I can go places people are like, hey, care of this, hey, care of that. You do realize they even have, God, there's so much shit they have on them. They never say a word to them. But we drugged you and told you to say something before. My one client's like, this is crazy. People admitting to drugging you and telling you to say stuff before, admit to raping you, Karen, in front of people in stores. And I'm like, stay out of it. I'll tell the police. We photoshopped a shower scene. That's stalking. And they sold it. And they sold my family. Sex trafficking. They said that Steve raped me. They said, my neighbors were out there, they said, they were laughing at me. That on 12/21/18 in protected custody, where Alex Judge Pete Sutton spent an image where they bashed me in the back of the head, stabbed me with a needle, knocked me out, and I woke up 6 hours later in bed with a dent in my head. That he actually raped me that day. They were laughing at me. That's not funny for someone to stab somebody with an amnesia drug, bash them in the back of the head, and rape them. Where on God's green earth did you find that funny? I had bruises everywhere and I have a dent in my head. He could have murdered me. Where does people not have common sense anymore? Did they lose every brain cell in their head? People are dying because of this. And I gotta upload this.